Ralph here. Welcome to True Power Trumpet Fitness on this wonderful Wednesday here in Connecticut. Life's good, guys. Life is good. Anyway, let's get right to it. You saw the thumbnail. Jerry's Relaxed Corners. Another revolutionary idea that he brought to the table. The double pedals with the unrolled lips and the tongue, that's okay. Relaxed Corners, he's the only one talking about it that I can see, guys. Really is. Anyway, I have played quite a bit. So let's see what we got, and we will talk about Jerry's Relaxed Corners. Now, hellacious double C's after 2 hours of playing and drop right down into Bizet's Carmen with the low pedal F. Okay, how can I do that? There's only one way, guys. Well, there's more than one way, but there was one thing that has to be in the mix. Has to be, and that's Relaxed Corners. That is 100% Relaxed Corners. Now, I've said this before. The first thing Jerry ever said to me, outside of where you're from, da-da-da, oh, Vacchiano, really, that's your uncle, da-da-da, da-da-da. The first bit of advice, teaching he ever gave me, relax the corners. Relax the corners. Guys, and that didn't change once. He never, never, never uttered, now tighten the corners a little bit. Let's see. No, never. It was always relaxed. That did not change. Everything else changed. Lip position, tongue position, airstream, everything else changed over the years. That remained constant. Guys, you cannot have these great results, unlimited chops, with tight corners. Can't happen. Now, correct if I'm wrong, and if I'm wrong, let me know down below. I don't know anybody else, and I've studied just about every single thing going out there. Pedagogy, protocol, whatever you want to call it. I don't know anybody else that advocated relaxed corners. Now, back in the day, the way to go was tighten the corners. Lots of people said that. Philip Farkas, Doc Severinsen, everybody said that, okay? And a lot of people did not necessarily say tighten the corners, okay? Claude Gordon never said that, okay? Blah, blah, blah. But I don't know anybody that specifically said part of the protocol, rule number one, relax the corners. And that all came from the video yesterday. That all came from that mistake that he had while he was shaving from the pedal tones. All came from that mistake from the pedal tones. Okay? Now, all 100%, all of our idols have relaxed corners. There's no question about that. There's absolutely no question about that. Now, I've told this story before. Vacchiano could not play Bizet's Carmen. He couldn't play. He couldn't play a low F sharp, much less the low F. And he was absolutely fascinated that I could do it playing what he perceived to be a pea shooter and a 10.5 C mouthpiece, knowing full well I'm out till all hours of the morning playing high Gs. He couldn't understand how I did it. He used to get right up to the chops. Salamone, how do you do that? Son of a bitch, how do you do that, Salamone? At that time, I didn't know. And also, he didn't come out and say it, but the whole point is, how can you do that and I can't? I'm the greatest trumpet player in the world. I'm the greatest trumpet teacher in the world. And why can't I do it? Is basically what he wanted to say. Now, again, I didn't know back then what I'm about to say. But his corners were so tight that there was literally air and spit and bubbles and everything coming out both sides of his chop when he played. Both sides. Okay? To the point where John Ware actually pulled a gag once at a rehearsal. He walked in, because he's sitting next to him, he walked in with an umbrella. Vacchiano did not like that. Anyway, back then, everybody thought all that is because he's so relaxed. No, nothing could be further from the truth. We didn't know. He wasn't more relaxed than Horst Fischer. He was not more relaxed than Harry James. He was not, and they're not, no, that's because he's so tight, it's so stretched. There was nothing holding it in. It's so stretched. The only way he could play like that is with an enormous mouthpiece that let him play collapsed. That's the only way. Okay? And I didn't know back then. I would have told him, well, my corners are very relaxed, and I'd never tighten it, blah, blah, blah. Now, I don't know if Vacchiano was consciously tightening his corners. If he came from back then, you know, his first trumpet lesson, whatever, he never said it. Broyles never said anything about it. As I said, lots of guys didn't talk about it. Some of them did. Benny Baker told Doc Severinsen, tighten the corners. Lots of guys did. Philip Farkas. Okay? And some of the methods, as you know, even though they don't say it in so many words, you're supposed to play past the point of being able to play, which is the dumbest thing anybody could ever do. Okay? Which means your corners are tight and they're collapsed, but you keep trying to play. Claude Gordon had a little of that, and I think Claude Gordon was the next best thing. Caruso does that all the time. It's wrong. It's just absolutely wrong. Physically, physiologically, silly. Now, I'm not knocking them. They didn't know that back then. Jerry hadn't done this yet. As I said, Jerry was the only one that I know. If anybody else knows anybody else that done that, let me know. I don't know. I don't know everybody. Anybody else that advocates relaxing the corners. So, nothing against those people I just mentioned. That was the way we did it back then. But guys, if you want that relaxed tone, you need relaxed corners. Now, I'm going to put a link down below. Liberati. Jerry was absolutely maniacally infatuated with Liberati the last, I'm going to say 6-8 months to a year of his life, infatuated with it. And you listen to this, I put this down before, and listen to, you can see, listen to the notes pop. Oh, madonna. The pop in the notes, just in single tongue, and not necessarily staccato notes either. Every single note, legato or whatever, pops. When he's slurring around, when he articulates during a slurred section, it pops. Now, the thing that I want you to listen to is the high C's, high E's, and then bop right down to a pedal C that sounds bigger than a tuba. Guys, there isn't a chance that he is doing that with tight corners. We don't have pictures of him obviously actually playing, but there isn't a chance in God's green earth that he's doing that with tight corners. No chance. And the only way you can keep the corners relaxed is with the proper tongue placement that Jerry developed. We'll do that next video. I may be able to get it done tomorrow morning before I go. I'm not sure. If not, we'll talk on Monday. All right? Eat and drink your fruits and vegetables and live your life with true power with relaxed corners. Love you all.